I just want to really be surrounded by my type of people, and I can't express that enough.
She banking on me on the bank. I smack her, she let her get spanked. I tackle her, bitch, let her wrestle. Young bachelor, we let her play. So come out when I move the drapes. Know my move when I grab your waist. Know you fucking a man that's made. Hey, keep it low key, she ain't after fame. No, she ain't after fame. You like that, oh, I used to be fucking. You don't have nothing to say.
Hi guys, and of course, welcome back to my channel. As y'all already know by the title, your girl is going to retouch and bleach my hair. I did do a new cut on my hair. Let me let you guys see. 360. I did do a fresh new cut on my hair. Of course, if you want to see how I did it, leave a comment down below, and your girl has no problem with recording that and making it happen for you guys. If you are new here, hi babes, and thank you, of course, for supporting me, tuning into my channel. And if you truly want to be a part of the gang, please hit that subscribe button. And of course, turn your bell notifications on so you can see my face and know when I post. And if you're true here, hit that like button and comment down below. You already know how it goes. Let me know anything that you want to see me do going forward. So let's hop right into this. So probably gonna use about this much, because when I use this much, granted it's obviously too much for this low haircut, but it's enough for when I have to do another bleaching process, which I don't know why my eyes look like this, y'all. I had a rough day yesterday. That may be why my eyes swell, like if I cry or I get upset, unfortunately. So excuse my puffy face and my weird looking eyes. Hopefully it'll be gone by tomorrow. Usually it is just in a day. But y'all, I wanted to do a little bit of girl talk, or just talk in general, because again, this could be applied, something that can apply to any and everybody. I just want to talk about relationships, like, and what that actually means. So I have had friendships, I've had relationships, and I valued them all like very seriously and taking them very seriously. And if you obviously are a woman, you know how hard it is to keep women friendships, which is very unfortunate, but women are just very different. I think that's the best way to put it. And that could be a really good thing or a really bad thing, or just nothing at all. But for the most part, women are just very different. And that's just, I'm gonna just leave that there. I do love being around people, and I love having personal experiences with others, but I also am not the type of person that likes to be mistreated, or likes to see anyone else being mistreated, or likes to mistreat others. So when I am mistreated, or, you know, I feel that way, because it may not be intentional, which people get that very confused sometimes, but anytime I do feel a way, you know, it's very hurtful to me to have to go through that again with someone I care about and that I love, or and that I think maybe cares and love me. But it's just like lately, I've just been going through a lot of different stuff. Like, again, y'all already know my child's father, and you know, right now we're in a place of just, I'll say, figuring things out. I don't really know where that might lead. Regardless, though, I'm just keeping an open mind to everything and really just focus on myself and my own self-growth and healing. And, you know, of course, he's doing the same. And I'm gonna let God work everything else out. And as far as, you know, friendships, I've just been really like, honestly, I've just been seeing people and who they are, and, you know, how we align, all that type of stuff, maybe how we handle things. And I'm very understanding, at least I try to be, or I feel like I am. Granted, other people might feel like, nah, that bitch don't understand anything. You know, like, she's totally closed-minded. And I do know at one point, I actually really was closed-minded. So that's why if anyone was to say it today, it would be very confusing for me, because I know I've done the growth, the work, and, you know, and that's, I think, where a lot of us struggle with taking in what another person is saying about us. But it's also like, I think it can be looked at as obviously just them, like how much they love you and they care about you. So maybe they're trying to, you know, maybe let you know, like, hey, you can be better, you know, basically to motivate you to do better and be better. And I don't ever think that's a bad thing. So I think it's very important to, like, understand the perspective of the other person and maybe where they're coming from. And that can help you navigate, like, how you should respond, or, you know, maybe how they really feel about you. And it's just been a lot. I'm 27, And I obviously don't have a lot of girlfriends, like I just said. I'm not out here just like, oh yes, like I just want to be friends with a whole bunch of people. It's not really my personality. I personally feel like people have the power to drain you. Even if you don't give them that power, they still have the power to drain you, because people love to talk about having self-control. And, you know, obviously you're in control of you. But I do believe that you're in control of you to a certain extent. You're in control of you. Yes, but sometimes you may, you know, think a certain situation may be a certain way, or a certain person may be a certain way, but then you get there, or you know, meet the person, or you go through the situation, it's like, oh damn, like this is nothing like what I thought it would be, which in turn interrupts or disturbs your peace, and you possibly may take your peace. So sometimes, you know, situations can be kind of I guess the way I describe them is like a blind type of situation. You don't really know. Damn, thank God I got on this white, honey, because that means I'm gonna be okay. But it is very important to me to, I said a lot, but sorry, y'all. This isn't public speaking. I did take a public speaking class, but I struggled with that even then, like not saying so much. But because this is in a professional setting, please don't scold me, y'all. Here I go again. But yes, geez, I didn't realize I say that a lot. I just want to really be surrounded by my type of people, and I can't express that enough. Like, I don't want to be around anyone that doesn't want the best for me, and, you know, doesn't know how to communicate to me properly, isn't respectful or receptive of who I am as a person. I do believe that criticism within friendship, honestly, is usually not taken well. I can't say that I've really given out a lot of criticism to my friends, because I do truly believe that people have to be given the grace to live their own lives and, you know, make their own mistakes and make their own choices and decisions. It's not my life. Like, you're literally just my friend. I don't want to have control over you and your decision making. But I also do, like, obviously, you know, communicate to them, like, you know, if they want my advice, I let them know what it is, you know, because sometimes people are just talking to you to vent to you. But a lot of times people don't respect or understand that, and they may just assume that, oh, you want to talk, you know, like you want to know how I feel about this. And it may not be that. It may just be, I'm going through a lot right now. Like, I just want to talk to you, tell you what I have going on. You know, you listen and you understand those things. And then, of course, like, if you have a feeling about that or anything, express it to me maybe when I'm not in a distraught state of mind or emotionally unstable. I don't know. I feel like timing really makes a difference. If you would consider your partner and like, oh, we're out right now, so let me not start an argument, then consider me as your friend. Maybe she's not in a state of mind to even receive what I'm trying to say to her right now. So let me wait, or, you know, let me give it some time, and we will discuss it at a later date. I don't know. I just feel like with certain situations, you have to evaluate the entire situation. You can't just think about yourself. Well, I really need to say this to this person right now, or, you know, I really need to get this off my chest or whatever. And also, it is really not a good idea, in my opinion and in my experience, to hold in however the hell you're feeling. If you feel like I'm disrespectful, why are you even in my face? Like, as my friend, why would you still be friends with me if I'm disrespecting you? But yet you bring it out when you're mad at me, or, you know, I do something. That, to me, is like, it's a red flag. Like, oh, now all of a sudden I'm disrespectful. But I wasn't disrespectful a week ago or a month ago when we've had all these other conversations. But yeah, and I also just want to mention, like, as a person who has had a few experiences with people, which granted, obviously, live your own life, I would just say, for me, I no longer feel comfortable with, and this may be a no-brainer, but with, like, expressing to my friends or even family members what my relationship status is or what I have going on within my relationship. What I have learned from experience is that people are on the outside looking in, and they are judgmental as hell, and they can't help it. Obviously, if they love you and they care about you, they want your best interest. So they, like, damn near more upset about it than you are that you're getting treated how you are. And a lot of times that just creates a lot of toxic and unhealthy environments, even for the other person, because you may forgive them, but your family and friends might not. You know, they may be looking at you the whole time like, you're a fucking idiot. Why are you dealing with this? But then the whole time they dealing with a crackhead. You know, it's like all kind of stuff that you have to take full consideration of, and in my opinion, everybody's limits and what they are willing to deal with and put up with, it looks different for everyone. So I try my best not to judge. I really, really do. But I just haven't ever really received that same respect when it comes to me and my situations, which is why for me, just again, as a grown up who's learned and who's, lived a little bit, I would say like I'm just not comfortable with, at this point in my life, expressing what I have going on. I feel like if you're really my friend, that shouldn't even be our conversation anyways. Like, what are we talking about as far as like business goes? Or, did you start doing your videos like you told me? Are you being consistent in the gym? Like, actual life stuff. Like, my relationship status, I just don't think is really relevant to a friendship at this point. Which I definitely have friends like give me criticism or, tell me certain things, and I'm very receptive of whatever it is they may have to tell me, because I truly, again, believe they are looking out for the best interest of me. I just also, again, don't want to lose friendships off of the strength that they may feel like I'm an idiot, or they may feel like I'm dumb, or they may feel like because I may be passionate about the situation that maybe I am, coming at them. And I do struggle with that sometimes because I know I'm a very like firm speaker and I have a very dominant personality. So that's why I say, like, I gotta align with my type of people. It's like, I can't be friends with someone that thinks me, like, expressing my point is me dominating the conversation. Or me not agreeing with them is me dominating the conversation. And sometimes you can tell a person a million times that I agree with you, like, I understand what you're saying. And for some reason, because you say something else after that, it tells them that, oh, you didn't agree with me. And hell, I've even been guilty of that. But it's also very big, or it's a huge thing for me to take accountability and like just do better. Like, that's all I ask for out of anybody. It's just to do better. It's not that I'm expecting there to be no error. We're humans. Humans are literally error. Everything about us. So it's just, how do you handle that when I am, maybe telling you, hey, maybe you took that wrong, or not even you took that wrong, because I don't really think that's a healthy statement. But and the reason I said that is because someone has said that to me. But, or like the if statements, if I did this to you, I apologize, or stuff like that. Like, granted, those are not terrible things to say to someone. They're not harmful words. But at the same time, they are not genuine 100% at all, in my opinion. I believe that when you're apologizing to someone, you just simply let them know, like, hey, I did this to you and I'm sorry. And you keep it moving. Even if you don't feel like you did, or you don't know maybe necessarily what they mean or how they really feeling, if they truly are somebody care about, what is their harm in letting them know, like, I consider your feelings and I am sorry. So that's my whole thing. But a lot of people aren't willing to necessarily meet you halfway when it comes to that. They're willing to like kind of sit in how they think and how they feel and think, oh, I'm right, and they're wrong. And it's not, to me, about right or wrong when you care about somebody. It's just about meeting each other and having like halfway and having an understanding. Hi, baby. My baby woke up, y'all. He just woke up. Oh, you got the stank face. Ooh, handsome. You're so handsome. Y'all don't mind him. He literally be looking like this when he first wake up, but next thing you know, he's gonna be running around laughing, dancing, doing all kind of stuff. It's crazy. But I love it here. But yes, and I won't say like obviously don't go out there and have girl friendships, or even where you have moments like again where y'all might disagree, or where you're giving them criticism or they're giving you criticism, but they don't understand what you're trying to tell them, or they're not necessarily receptive. I think that's where you have to consider, like, do I really truly align with this person? Because again, someone you do truly align with is not trying to misunderstand you, to be honest. They are trying, if anything, to understand you and where you're coming from. They're not blocking you out, icing you out because again you said something they didn't agree with. They aren't, okay, let me give you a few days, we'll talk later. And if that is their way, obviously that should be something at that point. And also that you understand and, that you can respect maybe, again, if you know them and they're really your friend. or your partner, whichever. But again, I definitely think that communication is not one-sided. It goes both ways between two people. And I also would say in moments where you may be going through something and you're talking or telling someone that you care about what's maybe happened, a lot of times, again, they can be very biased and they do just want you to listen to them. They do just want you to, like, okay, and not make that mistake again, or, you know, not do whatever it is that you're dealing with, because that would be easier for them, again, not to hear that and to know that you're good. Hey, baby, what you trying to do? But all the time, you know, again, it is always going to be your choice and your decision to make. And I think as friends and or partners, it is very important. I don't want you to get the bleach on you, baby. Sit right here for mama. It is very important to value that person's life and, you know, their choices. And whether that's right or wrong in your mind, it has to be that. Literally, y'all, backstory, I had a friend in middle school. She was my best friend back then. And she was dating this guy. He just was like, whew, he was trash. Like, cheater, pumpkin eater, you know? Like, he just was not a good person for her in my eyes, you know? And a lot of times, again, as friends, we can see that and they may not. What's wrong, baby? How you want me holding like this? Okay. But as their friend, or as her friend, I mean, like, when I obviously saw him cheating or lying or doing something that I knew would cause her pain, you know, obviously as a friend, I'm gonna tell her. But whatever she does with that information was always up to her. Did it make me feel a way that she wasn't making better choices? Absolutely, because again, I cared about her and I wanted her to be happy. I didn't want her to be dealing with somebody that treated her like trash, but I also had to understand that this is her journey. I had to allow her to go through it, and that's what I did. I stepped back. And I just, anytime she talked to me about it, I just understood and heard her out, you know. And I would ask her, like, do you want my opinion on this? And if she did, cool. Because, again, you have to ask people where they are. Or you have to meet people, where they are. So they may not be in a place to receive what you're trying to tell them, which there's no point in trying to have that conversation right then anyways, because it's not going to benefit either of y'all and may possibly tear the friendship or relationship apart. So sometimes meet them where they are. Like, even if you don't agree with it, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect you. I value who you are. I know that you wouldn't be making any real bad choices for yourself. And maybe even if you are, maybe this is a learning, you know, trial and tribulation for you. I just want you to experience it, get through it, and be at your best. And that's all you can say and do. And maybe just pray for them, you know, obviously, if that is something you believe in, and move forward. And if that's not something you believe in, maybe start speaking positive affirmations into them in their life. Hell, maybe start taking them out more, or, you know, just anything that you think may help or fix the situation or even make it better for them to get through. Come on, baby. You hungry? Want to get some to eat? Oh, crap. Let me get you a brush real fast. Yeah, pumpkin. Oh, God. See, that's what I didn't want. Jeez Louise. So y'all, anytime you get a little bleach on something, you can just wet it up real good, and the bleach won't do anything. It's like it deactivates it to actually process. But you gotta put enough water, because otherwise it'll still do what it's trying to do. But yes, again, y'all, when you value relationships, whether again family, friend, whatever, husband, boyfriend, I think it's just a really important. It's a really important thing to try to just be more understanding and open-minded to other people and how they feel, and again, even when they don't agree with you. And if someone wants to go on and live their life in a way you don't agree with, let them. But just be there for them. And I promise you, 9 out of 10, if it really ain't for them and it's really wrong, they'll realize it for themselves. And again, respect and value them as a person and as the individual you chose to be a friend or partner. And understand that, you know what? I know they're gonna handle this. Even if they're not handling it today, they're gonna get it. So have enough respect for them for that, you know, to give that grace. But definitely don't lose friendships because of just simple disagreements, or like, again, maybe you feel a way about something, but it may not be my way. I think we also have to remember people's capacities. So meaning you may, again, be willing to deal with a crackhead, but I'm not. But I may be willing to deal with somebody who's disrespectful a little bit. You know, maybe, again, we're just different. And you may think that shit is totally out of line. Why would you let somebody disrespectful? And I'm like, well, why would you be with somebody who's a crackhead? It's life. Like, that's the whole point of being different and having different mindsets, and also different boundaries and things that we are willing to, again, accept or not. So when you're someone's friend or partner, I think you just have to understand that. Sometimes even, again, partners struggle with that. Like, damn, my girl is friends with this girl who's really like messy and trifling, and like puts her in situations but that I don't necessarily agree with. But as that person's partner, it would be the worst thing to try to like distance them for their friend, or bash their friend, or make them feel like their friend is like their foe, when in reality, in their heart, they probably still feel like that person is their friend. So you have to, again, allow them to figure that shit out, whatever that looks like. And that may hurt you, but that's what you have to decide. Like, is this the type of person I want to be around, you know? And just move on that. I think that's just all it is to it. Understand your boundaries. Bless you, baby. Understand who you are as a person, and just try to move through that. But as y'all can see, my nugget is up. I'm about to let this bleach sit for like an hour. It's already been, what, 10 minutes? But, so I guess I got 40 minutes left. So yeah, I am gonna let it sit for the full hour. Or actually, I'm gonna do 45 minutes. So I can process one more time. So I'm gonna do 45 minutes, let it sit. I'm gonna put on a, cause I don't have no more bags, y'all. I mean caps. I don't have any more shower caps at the moment. Lord knows I should have went to the store, but I forgot. I had a lot going on. But I do have some like plastic bags from the grocery store that if you're a bald-headed girly or just a girly that colors your hair, you know. If you know, you know type of situation, you can use that instead of using a shower cap. You just get the bag. I usually cut the back of it where the words are, or the front, whatever. I cut the area where the words are, because that's what I don't want on my blonde hair, because it usually transfers onto your hair. Just a quick note and tip, if you are looking or thinking about being blonde, whether you have long or short hair, do not use the side of the bag. Matter of fact, turn it the inside out to where that part cannot penetrate your hair. Or, no, don't turn it inside out, because it's already, like, it should already be the right way. But basically, you want the words on the outside, and you want to cut the area where the words are located. And then you just tie that part in the back, and you'll be good to go. Matter of fact, let me go grab one, and I'll show you guys. I'll be back. Okay, so y'all, I think this is Publix. Yeah, I believe this is a Publix bag just because of the green. But yes, and then you get your scissors, which obviously I don't want to do this with my son in my hands, but he is not in the mood to be put down. So I'm just going to take the bag, just have to see, and I just cut it where the words are. Boop, 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 boop. And I don't go all the way to the middle. As y'all can see, I just, hold on, let me put the scissors down. I just went about 75% up. And sit you right here, pumpkin. So mommy can tie this on my hair. Hold on to mommy. So, yes, and then I take the blank part, so y'all can see the back. And that's the part I put on my hair. And again, you see the words are on the outside, instead of me putting that, like splitting it inside out and then putting that part on my hair. I have the side where it can't transfer. If it does touch my hair, that's what will touch my hair. So yes, and then you tie it in a knot. Boom, bam. And now I got my little baggie on. I usually like to cut these because they're annoying. And they serve no purpose in this case. So, oh, it's another one. Let me cut it. Oh, but yes, y'all, the main point of my Quay Talk, TED Talk, all that, let's call it Quay Talk. I love that. Actually, I love that. We're gonna be making that a thing going forward. But yes, y'all, to just conclude my Quay Talk, is just, allow people to be who they are and respect them for who they are and where they are in life. And, again, try to be receptive of, other people and maybe them trying to help you or give you advice, but also be willing to speak up for yourself in a respectful manner. And also know that ultimately, whether it's you or the other person, it's their choice, it's your choice, and it's literally up to whomever is the person that is going through the situation. Give them the grace, give them the space to maneuver through that however they see fit. Uh-oh. Now he gassy. I'm done. And he's just pooping casually. Like, nothing happened, dude. But yes, y'all. Meet people where they are in the story. So, peace and love. See you guys next time. This concludes my video. Y'all already know my results come out popping every single time. So, I'll put a picture at the end. Uh-oh. No, he doesn't have a cold, y'all. He just, as of right now, he's only 2. His dad has to take him to get checked for asthma and allergies because his dad has asthma and allergies. So I believe it's just congestion, mucus buildup that he has sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't have it, like he doesn't cough at all. And then sometimes, like if he's been out for a few days and I've been outside, it usually gets him clogged, or it usually makes it where he's clogged up and he has to, just cough for a few days and then it goes away again. So we don't have like a whole bunch of mucus that comes out of him or anything. It's just simply he coughs, his nose may run a little, and then it goes away. So again, it's gonna get checked. He thinks that's so funny. And he's good. I just wanted to let you guys know that because I'm like, I don't want y'all to think like, damn, is he okay? He's good. He's good. I think he's just struggling from what his dad genes may have carried over, and that's okay. It's a lot of people that live happy lives with asthma and allergies. He's gonna be perfectly great. But yes, I will post a picture at the end, guys, showing you the end results of my beautiful hair. I do love this new haircut that I did. It may be my go-to from here on out. So again, if y'all do want to see how I did that, let me know in the comments down below. But I will see you guys next time. Peace and love.
Don't care about no cuffing, you wanna keep bustin' it. Don't let me know when you came. I love you in so many ways. Don't know why you never complain. With you I can never be shamed. And I usually never say never. Oh shit, look at me today. Lay a vibe, I don't need no sage. Clip coat and your color glaze.